Good morning, students. Now I am here to introduce you propensity to consume, propensity to consumption or propensity to consume, which is the part of aggregate demand in your syllabus. Propensity to consume, what is its meaning? Many times we hear that we say that that particular person is miser, this particular person is broad-hearted in the sense that he expend a lot of money, he never care about the money whenever he required, when friends are collected, he expend money. What is the relationship? How we can define these things in economic terms? Those we can say that we are calling the misers. What does it mean? The person have tendency to save, the person who haven't tendency to expend on consumption, or who don't have tendency or habit to expend on goods and services, or he expend a little bit less part of his income on the consumption expenditure. So, propensity means habit. In general sense, it is habit or tendency. It is better to say that tendency in place of habit. Tendency to expend money on consumption expenditure. That is called propensity to consumption. So here we have two types of income. The very first is aggregate income or total income, and if it increase in that total income or change in that total income. Both my salary is rupees 10,000 or my salary is rupees 1,000, my earning is rupees 1,000. It is my aggregate income or total income. Next month in the month of July I have received rupees 1,000 as my earning. In the month of August I have received rupees 1,500 as my earning. So there is change in my income, that is rupees 500. Current income minus previous income, that is change. So when we check our tendency with total income, how much part of our total income we expend on consumption expenditure, that is called average propensity to consume. Average propensity to consume means the proportion of total income which is expended on consumption expenditure. This is mathematically represented by the proportion or ratio of aggregate consumption expenditure upon aggregate income or total income. Total income upon total consumption expenditure upon total income, or aggregate consumption expenditure upon aggregate income. This ratio is called average propensity to consume. Now, with the increasing part of income, as I told you, my salary has been increased by rupees 500. How much money I have expended from that increasing 500 rupees, that is called MPC. How it is mathematically represented? It is mathematically represented by change in consumption expenditure ratio of which change in income, that is called MPC or marginal propensity to consume. For example, suppose my income is rupees 1000 and my consumption expenditure is rupees 200. See, 200 upon y 1000 is equal to 0.5. APC becomes 0.5. It means I have expended only 0.5% of my income. It means I am a miser. Marginal propensity to consume, when my income increases from rupees 100 to rupees 500, 1500, the increase in income 500. My previous consumption expenditure was rupees 500. Now I have expended rupees 700. So what proportion I have expended from my increasing income? That is delta C upon delta Y. Delta C, my latest consumption expenditure rupees 700, previous consumption expenditure 500. Change in consumption expenditure 700 minus 500 is equal to 200. Change in income 500, delta Y 500, latest income minus previous income. MPC delta C upon delta Y is equal to 200 upon 500 is equal to 0.4. MPC is denoted by small c. So this is APC and this is MPC. This is a derivation of APC and MPC. MPC is one of the most important topic in this. In next session we will see how MPC determines the investment multiplier, what is the relationship between MPC and investment multiplier, and how MPC ultimately affect the increase in national income. Thank you for watching.